All right, welcome to the podcast. Wait, Ron. Look, it's Ron. Wait, you know what we need before we start? Before we start today's podcast, I have something special that I wanted to open up before we get started.
Is it Christmas?
It's very important that we have this.
Is it Christmas already? Wow.
All right, welcome to episode 124 of When the Kids Go to Sleep.
When the kids are counting sheep, when the kids go to sleep, dreams and memories, when the kids go to sleep.
Welcome to the podcast. It is episode Quit Sniffing My Slate.
It's got that new slate smell, Shay. You know how I like that.
Nothing better than the new slate smell. All right. What? I'm gonna say
No.
You're gonna make more jokes about the slate.
We're done with slate.
We've done a lot of slate jokes already, and we haven't even been 3 minutes into it. Okay, so welcome to the podcast. We are in a tunnel. Thanks for coming to the tunnel cast.
Hello.
Welcome. I remember as a kid that was like you learned how to do that. Like, welcome to the stadium. Today was the game of the Niners. Yeah. I don't know. So today is episode 124 of When the Kids Go to Sleep, right here in blowy, windy, southeastern Idaho.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never done a podcast in a construction site before. It's pretty cool.
So we are here in what will be eventually our studio. It is still echoey. We have got the septic system put in. That was kind of what the holdup was. We have to do a lot of work just to go pee-pee in the potty and then wash your hands.
Yeah, it was actually, I'd never seen a poop container before.
So you guys, unless you live on the country, you don't realize where your poop goes and where the water comes from. But you got to get it from somewhere. And because we live in the mountains, we don't have any access to city wells or anything. We have to dig what's called a giant well where the poo-poo goes.
Where your poop goes to sleep.
And then we have to dig a well. So we have to have a guy come up here and drill into the ground until he finds water. Then we suck that water out of the ground. My straw goes into your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. And we suck the water out of the ground and pump it with a pump into the studio so that we can wash our hands.
Do you have like a
No, it's a motorized. It's a motorized pump. Yeah.
Okay.
We have electricity in Idaho, so
okay,
that's good.
okay.
That's really good. I think my beard's getting long because it's getting stuck in the microphone. It's never happened before. It's like, that's better. That's less echoey. Just put your face right on the microphone. That helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, that does.
Welcome to the podcast. That sounds way better.
The podcast.
I feel like you're inside of my head right now. Okay, so Colette's not here today. My usual host is gone. She's in Los Angeles shooting the Mom's View. So I've brought in the second most beautiful person I could find in all of the world, and he couldn't do it either. So Ron's here.
I saw that coming from a mile.
You did not. You thought I was
Sure.
So Ron has just been in Europe. He's been in Greece specifically.
Yes.
How long were you there? 2 weeks?
I was there for 2 weeks, yeah. Sunny Greece.
You're so rich and famous. You just get to go to Greece for 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
want to go to Greece.
It's pretty fun there.
How many Greek salads did you have?
I actually ate a lot of Greek salads because they're so delicious and nutritious. The food there is like the best food.
What is a Greek salad? Like, what's in a Greek salad?
It's tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, olives, and feta cheese.
Is that like kind of the same thing that you would get at Olive Garden if they brought? I mean, it's not like a Greek salad, but that's kind of the same ingredients as an Olive Garden salad. There's tomatoes and like croutons.
Yeah, but it's more like a tomato that has been grown in the rocky soils of a Greek island, and a cucumber that's like spent its entire life just baking in the sun, and this feta cheese that's from like some sheep or goat that's been wandering swimming the Aegean Sea.
When I have feta cheese, I want it from a goat that has swam in the Aegean Sea, because you know what? Anything less is uncivilized.
Exactly, it's so delicious.
Try one of those. Go to Olive Garden and get a Greek salad.
I love how you love Olive Garden. I mean, and we're not sponsored by Olive Garden yet, but
I do. I like Olive Garden.
Yeah,
you know the best thing to get at the Olive Garden is not only to dip the breadsticks in the Alfredo. You have to get the Alfredo dipping sauce to dip the breadsticks in. But the steak, what is it? They have these steak medallions. Casey, what's that called? At Olive Garden. Oh, it's so... Yeah, the balsamic vinegar steak and Alfredo. It's like you get Alfredo with steak and have this like, yeah, Gorgon. It's so good. You gotta get that. And I usually ask for an extra side of their sauce, like the little sauce that you dip your steak in. Oh, it's good. Anyways, we're not here to talk about food. We're here to talk about marathons.
Oh man.
You nervous?
Yeah, no, that's actually a good segue because the marathon was invented in Greece.
That's true. Yeah. Do you know the story of the marathon?
Somewhat, yeah. Do you know it? Are you going to tell?
I think I do, but I don't know. Let me hear your version first. You were just in Greece. You probably know.
Thousands of years ago, there was a society called the Greeks. No, I don't know the story. I just know that a guy ran from Marathon.
The city, a name of a city.
Yeah, to Athens.
Corinth, or was it Athens?
Maybe it was.
I thought he ran to Marathon.
Oh, maybe he ran to Marathon. Okay, and that's the
Greece.
distance from the city to there to deliver the message to the guy to say that they're coming, and then that's how they made the. Just watch the movie 300, and they talk all about it.
They do not.
Oh, they don't?
In 300 with Gerard Butler?
That's where I got all the history.
From the marathon? Oh, was that from that movie?
I don't think I think they talked about it, yeah.
When you watch that movie again. Yeah, that's right. But I heard also that the guy, when he got there, he died. He ran 26.2 miles to deliver a message that the British are coming kind of situation. It wasn't the British because this is in Greece, but then he died. He keeled over and died right there. So they made a race after him that was exactly that distance, 26.2 miles.
Shay, are we going to die?
It could happen. Think about that. People have died doing what we are going to attempt to do in 3 weeks from now.
Oh, gosh. Shay, I'm so not ready. I was talking about the Greek salads, but I was eating so many other things.
It's like there's cucumbers and tomatoes and
And that's on the side of a big giant pile of lard that I just scooped into my mouth.
What did you eat while you're there? I'm nervous. Listen, I'm your friend. You know we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
I'm a little worried about you. It's gonna be.
Is that you being honest?
Listen, I'm worried about me, and I feel like I've been pushing it fairly hard for the last 3 weeks. Being on vacation, I know, is hard. Are you ready you ran the marathon. You ran the LA marathon.
Yeah, but when I ran the LA marathon, I was maybe 80 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
And I
didn't have a broken leg.
I had also been, I'd been exercising hardcore for like an entire year. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough out there. I'll be honest, because when I ran that marathon, I was in probably the best shape that I'd been in a long time.
You think so?
Perhaps ever in my life. And I wanted to die while I was running, and I was like, why would anyone do this? This is the worst thing that you could do. And now I'm kind of fat.
You just broke your foot.
I'm 2 years older. I broke my ankle, which really sucks.
When was that? How long has it been now? It hasn't been a year. Has it been a year?
No. It happened late February. So I'm telling you, the ankle is.
Does it hit? Does it hurt?
I'm telling you, that ankle, man.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It pops.
It does.
And now my knee. I don't know. I know you have knee issues too. I do. And as a friend, I'm worried about your knees. But because I got a knee too, now it's like whenever I walk, you can hear it. I don't know if any of you guys have that kind of knee, but it talks to you. As you're walking around, it's talking.
Is it the cartilage or it's no cartilage? It's just bone on bone?
I don't think there's any cartilage left. It doesn't feel like there is.
It's because we're getting old.
Oh, God.
We're old. It's like our cartilage has worn off our bones. That's how old we are. We should just die right now.
Can we just enter the wheelchair version of it? Can we do that?
Okay, so we're going to attempt to run this marathon. I was going to suggest that we stay together during the marathon. That's probably not going to happen.
Well, no. This is, Shay has said this a lot of times, like, oh yeah, let's just stay together. But not only are you extremely competitive, but yeah, let's just stay together on this one. Like 5 minutes later, it's like, where's Shay? Where did Shay go? He's like,
I want to stay together until you can't keep up. Then it's like, okay, we'll just meet at the finish line. Let's just meet Listen, here's a plan. We'll all go to the end, and that's where we'll hang out again.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, if you pace yourself with me, you won't be tired at the end.
Yeah. Well, I am competitive, but Carly is super competitive.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Because even when me and Carly, I said this, when we ran the half marathon together, that last 200 yards, I'm like, let's just finish together. And she's like, let's just do our own thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So she like picks it up like she's gonna beat me, right? So I'm like, screw that. So then I take off, and it's like the last 200 yards, we are sprinting and like oh, it's like hitting elbows or something. You know, like, let's stay together. Let's just stay together.
Yeah, I love you. You're my brother.
And I beat her though, so that's important. That's important to note, just in case you're wondering. So it's going to be. Listen, let me announce the team if we haven't already. It's me, Carly, my sister, Ethan Newberry, the ginger runner, good friend of ours, my buddy Derek Miller from high school, and hi, I'm Ronald Erickson. So there's 5 of us that are running this marathon for UNICEF. We need to talk about that because we need to raise money, and we have not raised our money. And I think the money needs to be in by the 20th.
It does.
Does it really?
It does. Well, I'm going to say this. If anyone donates to mine, I'll double your money. I'll double your money.
Up to how much?
Up to $3,000.
$3,000?
Yep.
So you'll match $3,000?
So if you care about a child, at least for $1 you care about them, you're caring about them for $2. And that's twice the caring.
That is, and when you can care twice the amount, that's double. So let's explain what is UNICEF and where is this money going specifically?
Well, UNICEF has a lot of different things worldwide, but they help a lot of people in Africa get immunizations, delivering food to the starving. Right. I think that's like the main thing that they're known for.
It's a lot of children. They help a lot of children. So that's the reason we got into the marathon. The New York City Marathon is very competitive. It's like a bucket list marathon. When I invited Ethan, who's a huge runner, he runs like 80-mile races. This guy he's very popular in the running community. He does huge races. So when I invited him,
crazy.
He's like,
he's crazy.
How'd you get tickets to the New York? It's like hard. He's like, I've been wanting to do that one my whole life. So he was excited about it. But the reason we got in is because we were running for charity. So UNICEF, thanks to them, is why we're running. So we need to raise.
I wouldn't do this just on my own. Trust me. Trust me. I'm doing it for the kids.
Why are we doing this again?
I am sweating for the kids.
Listen, if you can donate $1, if Ron's knee is going like this every freaking step for 26.2 miles through the New York jungle, you can help a kid in Africa and donate $1. So I'm gonna match your little thingy.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
I will match. So we need to wait. What do we need to raise? $3,500.
It's like we're in a bidding war.
I know.
Oh, well, I'll triple your money.
Here's what I'm gonna do for you, kids. This guy, he's a pretty generous pal, but here, I'm your real friend. Here's what I'm gonna do for you.
No, what I was gonna say, we have to raise $3,500 per person, don't we?
Per person, and there's 1, 2, 3, 5 people.
There's 5 of us.
You're pretty close, and everyone else is not so close.
So here's what I'm gonna say. We need to. All the members that need to get up to $3,500, that's kind of like our commitment to UNICEF in order for us to run the marathon. So Derek, Ethan, Carly, Ron, and mine, we all have to separately raise $3,500 a piece, which will all go to UNICEF. So I will match that much. If you guys fully fund all 5 of those, I will match you dollar for dollar. So that would, what is that?
That would be 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 50. 17,500. That's $17,000 and 500 cents.
17,000?
17500.
I thought it was 1,700.
Yeah.
So can we cut this? Can we cut this part? No, I'm just kidding.
That's signed in blood.
No, I will. I will match that. I will agree to that. So we need your help. We need you to donate. Shit. So help me spend $18,000. Donate below. There's links. Why did you do that?
No. Hey.
You can't say I'm going to do a nice thing and then be like, oh man, why'd I say I was going to do that?
Well, good thing it's not live.
Just leave all this in. No, but serious, I wanted to do that. I think this is a very good cause. And I've been looking forward to this. I think this is going to be, like, running through New York City with 50,000 people is going to be amazing. amazing. And they are raising a ton of money. So not only is this wellness and good being for our bodies, but it's good karma. I think this is, UNICEF is a huge organization and their outreach is vast. So they can do a lot with this money. So we each need, like I said, to raise $3,500. So I will match whatever up to $3,500 per person. If you got, Ron up to $2,000, I'll match that, So if we can get everybody up to $3,500, that would maximize all of the donations possible, and I think that would be sweet.
Wow.
I was watching the Vlog Brothers. I feel like a little bit of like charity envy. Like they do so much good and like raising money in wells, and I'm like, wow, I need to do more of that. I want to do something. So I think this is like my first step. I want to go to, let's go somewhere for a next. What if we did a trail run like somewhere in South America, and then we built a well, and then we just like did like 100-mile trail run through like around a city where we built a well. Think how cool that would be. We could get fitness and like helping social, like at the same time.
I like that idea.
That's the next project. We build a well somewhere and we go and we run there and like we like set up a course. I don't know. I just think that would be sweet.
Yeah, maybe you could loan them your guy that pumps your well.
That does my pump. Yeah, he's great. He's
just
really
fly him
good.
over to Africa. Like, guys, this guy will pump your wells. What do you want?
Okay, so November 20th. That's the cut. We have to have the money in.
October 20th. We have to have it. It's coming up real soon.
It's 5 days. So because we can match it afterwards, because we can just write our checks to UNICEF.
It's stressing me out.
What are you doing?
It's stressing me out.
What, the running?
I just know the 5 days before the
raising
thing.
the money. I know that is quick. We can do it.
But if we don't raise the money, gosh, maybe I don't have to run.
No.
Interesting. Maybe,
I'll fund yours immediately right now. I have my checkbook right here. I am funding Ron's account right now. Who has a pen? I need a pen.
It's online, Shay. What is it? Checkbook?
Oh no! Give me the.
What is it? 1974? Let me get my checkbook.
Where's my ledger? Where's my abacus?
Hold on, I've got some linotype happening here.
No, you're doing the marathon.
Dang it. Yeah, no, it's actually going to be. You know what's cool about it for me is that when I had a broken ankle and was hobbling around and couldn't walk for a long time, doing the runs they've hurt, but it feels so good to run. I'm just like, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. I can't believe. People who can't walk, I'm sorry, but it's pretty cool. Is that weird to say?
No, but you take it for granted because
that's what I was trying to say. You take it for granted.
Yeah, you didn't mean to come across as a total jerk. Hey, paralyzed people, sucks for you. No. That's kind of what it sounded like.
Did it really?
A little bit.
Did I come across like that?
Did it? Did a little bit.
Man.
No, but I know what you're saying, because when you can't walk, you appreciate the things that you don't necessarily appreciate every day. Like, try to go around for an hour with your eyes closed, and then all of a sudden you are so grateful for your vision. These little things that we take for granted every day, like our physicality, a healthy body that you so many times don't appreciate. You're just like, yeah, I got this body, I'm gonna put shit in it. I gotta quit swearing. But it's like we do, like when we're healthy and we don't appreciate that part of our bodies. So that's what I love about marathons. And I was talking to Carly about this. I was on a run the other day and I was at like mile 6 and just the right song came on and it was like the sun was setting and I just like started crying. There's something emotional about running.
Oh yeah.
And when you do a marathon, when you get to that physical level, when you are totally exhausted, like you want to just do nothing more than just sit down and stop moving, but you have to keep running another 6 miles. When you get to that 20-mile mark and you are just completely depleted and you are raw emotion at that point, like everything annoys you. My headphones, almost all my marathons, I have thrown my headphones on the road at mile 20 because I'm so sick of my music and just like everything. I take my headphones off and I just throw them on the ground. And I see people that have signs. I'm like, that's such a stupid sign. You couldn't think of anything more creative than keep running. I'm like, I train my butt off. I'm dying here, and you wrote keep running on it. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm at a marathon, to run. Think of something witty or motivational, then write it on a giant poster and stand in front of me when I'm dying at mile 20. I get a little angry about the science. They make me mad for some reason.
Well, that's going to be me at about mile 3. I'm like, get this music off of me. But what you're saying basically, Shay, is that marathons are all about celebrating your body. Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to tell us about celebrating your body?
I think it's good to celebrate your body. So speaking of that specifically.
Yeah, okay.
So the last marathon I did was in St. George 2 years ago, and I can't believe it's been 2 years since I've run my last marathon. I went and watched it on the morning of that marathon, and that's actually what I said. Is like, today I'm just going to enjoy my body. Like, if you go back and you watch the clip of it, I just talk about, I'm going to like just focus on all my senses. I'm going to smell the air. All the beautiful panoramic vistas I can look at, and it was in St. George, so it was pretty. So it was. It's like you never feel more alive than when you're almost dead. And that's true.
Wow.
You really start to you just appreciate it. So I mean, think about this. You were discouraged, and you showed a little bit through your little daily vlogs and stuff, but Ron was really in the dumps. It's depressing because we were on a roll. When you broke your leg, we were doing our beach runs, we were playing basketball, we were lifting weights, we had a good variety of exercise, and we were on a roll. We're doing it, we're getting in good shape, and then we had this marathon, and then he goes for this crazy ball out of bounds and breaks his ankle, and then it's everything comes to a screeching halt, and you can't work out, and you're depressed. So how does it feel? I mean, remember when I told you, when we cross that finish line, think how great it's going to be. Even if you have to walk half of it, you finished a marathon and you broke your foot, 9 months ago. That's a major accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I know that it's going to be. I say the word challenging, but I know that it's going to be worse than that. I feel like there's going to be some misery in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I'm going to cry.
You think you will?
I think I'm going to cry a couple times.
Yeah. Didn't you say you cried on that run we went on with Ethan Newberry? Remember we ran up in the mountains?
Oh, yeah, I definitely did. That one was more out of frustration, but
was it?
I think I just cry too much anyway. I cry about I'm just talking about it. I'm starting to get old.
No, you're not. You're just joking around. I cry more now that I'm older. I feel like I don't know why. I feel like I cry easier.
Well, maybe
more emotional things.
Yeah, maybe you're not trying to stuff it down so much. Maybe you're not trying to pretend that you're a tough guy so much anymore. Yeah. Maybe you're okay with letting yourself be vulnerable a little bit. Opening that heart up.
I'll open it up.
Put your heart just right down there on the table.
It's sitting right on your lap, dude. Wow. Careful, don't drop it. Don't drop it. I'm trusting you with that.
It's soft.
Careful.
It's a soft heart. It's tender.
Okay, so the reason Ron is here, let's make... Shut up.
It's tender. It's a tender heart.
We should just wrestle.
It's a tender heart.
Isn't that's a qualification in Scouts? Tender heart. Tenderfoot. It's tenderfoot.
Oh, tenderfoot.
Tenderfoot. I got my tenderfoot merit badge. What the hell are we talking about? Okay, so the reason Ron is here in Idaho, I told him, I said, Ron, we need a 2-week go as hard as we can session before the marathon. So I told Ron to fly out here to Idaho, and we are going to get at it hard. So we are going to do, this is the announcement, we are going to do, Blake, daily, okay? Daily Shay Loss videos.
That was the drum roll.
Did I tell you that?
What? Daily shit? Daily shit? No, you told me about it.
So here's what we're going to do. Me and Ron have to go to Toronto for a few days for Buffer Fest, but we're going to be back. Carly's going to be here. We're going to have Derek come out. Ethan's going to fly out, and we're going to all train here in the mountains of Idaho for the next 15 days. Today is the 15th of October. The race is November 2nd. Ooh. So does that mean we have 17 days till the race? Because we have to taper. Because we can't totally go crazy the last 3 days.
My nerves.
We got to start tapering the 28th or 29th.
Yeah, I think probably we should start tapering around now. Don't you think? You think now's a good time to taper?
Well, if you taper, what the definition of the word taper is that means you're coming down from a larger load. But if you've never actually did that larger load, then you can't necessarily taper.
Oh. I see.
So we got to do the big part before you can go to the taper section. Gosh. Taper, when they say taper, when you're doing a marathon, the week before the marathon, you have to slow your miles down. Instead of running 10 or 12 miles, you need to do a 6-mile run, a 4-mile run, a 3-mile run, so that you have, you save up your energy. So we basically have 14 days until, we should start slowing it down and tapering.
Holy guacamole.
You can say it. Oh, Bronx is here again. Hi, Bronxy Pants. Hi, Bronxy Pants. This is our dog. It's a dog cast. Come here, Bronx. So we have 4. Up here.
He has the silliest face for a dog. He's got the silliest face and eyes.
He's a boxer. All right. Listen, I'm glad Monster's here.
He smells like Taco Bell.
I'm glad he's here because I went on a 7-mile run the other day and he came with me the entire ride. You're making my microphone stink, you big butt.
Oh, gosh. He smells like a bean burrito.
He's a dirty dog. He followed me all 7 miles on my run yesterday.
Really?
And it was so annoying because he was running right in the middle of the road. And people are trying to drive by and they're like, get your dog out of the middle of the road. I'm like, he's not my dog. He's my brother's dog.
Was he even tired?
No, he's just like trotting, looking at me. And I'm like,
dogs are amazing.
stupid dog.
Gosh.
So, what was I talking about? 14 days. We're going to do daily vlogs on the Shayloss channel for 14 days straight. Here's my idea. I'm going to have 2 cameras. I'm going to have a Shay Tards camera and then the Shayloss camera.
Wow.
I say every time we do anything for our body, like anytime we eat, anytime we stretch, get a massage, exercise, we pull the camera on, show you guys, if you're in, of course you're interested. You guys want to see this, right? No? But listen, some people do because I would have loved this when I was overweight and just needed the motivation. It's just something that you can check in every day where it's like, we're on a team, right? So like me and Ron are going to hit this hard for 14 days. We're going to taper and then do the marathon. This is encouragement for you. That's 3 weeks of hard work. You may feel discouraged where you're at now, but think where you're going to be at the end of the marathon. Like you're going to have a great head start. And so did he just fart?
Oh.
Ross. That is gross. You are not welcome to the podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Ever again.
That smells like somebody left a lobster.
Blake's over there going.
It smells like somebody left a lobster out for a while. Somebody left a lobster in a beaver den. It's a lot of scent. Damn.
In a beaver dam?
A beaver dam, yeah.
Like underneath the water?
Yeah, have you ever smelled one of those?
No, they stink?
Oh man, because they're just living in there and sweating.
And it's like all wet?
They're just sweating.
So
and
what you're saying is like a rotten lobster up inside of the lobster dam. So it's dry. It's like up in the lobster, like...
The lobster's in the beaver dam, yeah, where they're all sleeping and having babies and stuff.
And so it's like a rotting lobster inside of a beaver dam. That's what it smells like right now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, no, now that you say it, it's exactly what it smells like. I can smell. I can't even smell anything, actually. So let's finish off this podcast. Ron,
okay.
Say something. I feel like I talk too much.
No, that's what people come here for. They don't come here for the silly guests and their stupid selves. Okay, well, hey, coming November 2nd, the NYC Marathon. Please donate to our UNICEF. It's not for us. It's not for anyone else. It's for the children. It's for the children. And what's it called? I'm doubling money on my thing. We're gonna put all the links there. Whatever you donate to the Rons, I'll double your money. And Shay's gonna do his thing as well.
Yep.
And that's really what we're doing it for. And I'm excited to cross that finish line. And I don't care if it takes me 7 hours.
I was going to ask you this. Have you thought about that? Like, would you consider quitting? Like, do you think you would stop in the middle of the race?
No quitting. I definitely, I entertained the thought for a second. Like, what if I just sit this one out? You know?
Have you thought about canceling?
I was like, maybe Blake can do it. He's very fit. He can run and stuff. Like, maybe he can do it in my place. You know? But then, it's one of those things when you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, there's a little something that happens.
Yeah.
There's a rift. So it's good. Even if it's not my best, I'm going to do my best, but you know.
You feel, I feel unprepared too. I think we all do. Carly does. Carly has her toe, what's it called? Turf toe. She has like turf toe or plantar fasciitis.
Trench toe?
Trench toe. She has beaver dam toe. It sucks.
Oh, man.
I hate beaver dam toe. Just turn left at beaver dam toe and you'll see her right down the road. Giddy up. And then Derek, my other buddy, they're both like when they're running, it's like they're having like these shooting pain going through their toe bones.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're like trying all these different shoes to try to make it work. I feel actually lucky that I have a little bit in my left knee and then my right calf has been cramping up. But for the most part, I feel pretty good.
Shay, you're a machine.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm not afraid to walk. Like this marathon, I was really competitive with the ones before, but this one is, I think it's just to fun, be in there. And
it's actually a legitimate runner's technique to run and walk a marathon.
Right.
You can actually improve your time, and a lot of pro marathoners, is that a real thing?
I think you're right, because sometimes when you're doing a fast walk, you actually can go faster than a jog, but your heart rate isn't as high. I've noticed that like on uphills, if it's like my heart is like beating out of my chest going uphill, if I just go to a fast walk, I feel like I'm going just as fast and my heart rate comes down a little bit so that I can get it under control so that I can start the jog again.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I'm actually encouraged about, and I think this will help you. But here in these mountains, we're at 5 to 6,000 feet elevation, and the oxygen is a lot thinner up here. So when we go, we're gonna go for our first run tonight. I have a great run picked out for Ron. I'm excited for him to do it, and it's gonna be hard for you to breathe, just so you know.
Excellent. I can't wait.
But in 2 weeks from now, when you get your Idaho lungs all ready, and we go to sea level in New York, that thick, fresh oxygen, you're just gonna be like, I can breathe, and it'll be easier.
I'm gonna be like a superhuman.
Right. You're coming. This is like what Rocky does. He goes to a high elevation in the mountains to train, and then he goes to the event. That's what you're doing.
Rocky is not a real person.
Shut up. He is too. He's had 6 movies.
I think Rocky is kind of a made-up person. Sylvester Stallone, he's some fictional character. Just saying.
All right, thanks for joining us. Okay, so in conclusion, this has been episode 124 of When the Kids Go to Sleep with special guest, hi, I'm Ron, who is here in Idaho, other than the little 4 or 5 days we have to go to Toronto to train for the New York City Marathon. Stay tuned because we're going to be doing daily Shayloss videos. We're going to be donating to UNICEF. We're going to be matching you guys dollar for dollar for your donations. Links are below for all the teammates. We'll put those down there. And we're going to run this marathon November 2nd. Oh, also, announcement right now. I already made this announcement. We want to shoot a video when we're running the marathon, so we need your help. If you're in New York and you have a DSLR, any camera, we want the best quality possible. Shoot us.
Could they have one of those ones that you crank, the cranky cameras, or no, that doesn't work?
Doesn't work. My pump guy has one, but he won't let me borrow it. That jerk. He's very selfish. He just pumps his water and doesn't ever let me borrow his camera. So we want you to film us. We're going to be on the route. I think that'd be cool. It'd be fun to meet a lot of you guys in New York, and we'll probably do like a little meet and greet at the finish line, but we'll be sweaty and not we'll have much energy to talk, but we'll see you there.
You can always come up and take pictures of me on the stretcher as they wheel me off into the fire before they cremate me and spread my ashes over the Hudson River.
Is that where you want? Do you want to be cremated or buried?
I actually want people to play jokes with my body, but
can I get this arm? I'm gonna hit people with this arm.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got right arm wronged. Well, that's your left arm. I don't want your left arm. I want your right arm.
You got it.
Okay, it's mine. Thanks for joining us. Check out Shayloss videos daily. We love you guys. We're doing the marathon. Roll that outro music. Do we have outro music? I don't know. I love you, Ron. You ready to go for a run?
Let's do it. I've got my Idaho running shoes.
What running shoes do you have?